Tamariki's trip from Fiji to Vanuatu in 2005. Maya and I flew up to Nandi to join Peter and Minnie.
Wonder Point.
We were off into town to stock up, first on meat, then on to the Lautoka market for veggies. We couldn't resist a pie for lunch. The next day we made an early departure from Wonder Point Marina, down the long channel cut through the coral.
One fish.
Yep, good one.
Looks like lunch.
Leaving Fiji. Morning mail sort.
Yeah, deliciously dressed secretary.
Tweety Petey into the muffins.
Yeah. Into the muffins again. Very good muffins too, all the way from Janice in New Zealand. Glad to have them.
Quiet afternoon's sail. Our first night at sea, out from Fiji, heading towards Vanuatu after a beautiful day's sail. The final moments of the sun setting on the first night out. Waiting for the green flash.
Caught a fish off Tamariki and just at breakfast time. There's Peter trying to gaff it. And oh, look at the colour of it. Oh, what an extraordinary colour. Quite a large one.
That'll do.
I don't know whether it's possible to see, but there are brilliant bright blue spots. Now I don't know. Now it's turned a beautiful blue colour. Whoops. But it's very sad to see the life drain out of a fish like this. It's just a bit of a dilemma because it's good eating though. Well, we hauled our mahi-mahi out of the water and it turned blue, the most amazing blue colour, but then it turned yellow again. So here it is yellow, and we're not sure whether it had something to do with the air or not, but eventually it will fade down to a grey colour, I believe. This fish was caught 154 miles from Fortuna, so I guess it's an indication that we are close to land.
Here we are on Tuesday the 19th of July. We're heading towards Tanner Island and we're just passing Fortuna Island, Fortuna Island on our port. We have about 20 knots from the southeast and we're doing sort of 7 to 7.5 knots. Hoping to get to Tanner before nightfall, which is 40 miles away, into Port Resolution. Lovely sailing. Just a few shots down the stern. shots looking forward towards Tanna as we're making good progress on a broad reach. The seas calmed down a little bit behind the Port Futuna Island.
That's what happened this morning. I opened the cupboard. That's what probably woke you up the second time. Oh, because that's exactly what happened. I mean, when I was doing the tea, the cups all I had them all full. The cups fell over, and one of them like jumped up, and the liquid all spilt. I'm just coming up on deck after having done the breakfast dishes, and what do I find but 2 pairs of legs standing out there, and it's the skipper and his mate having an earnest discussion about yacht construction. So we just have legs for crew now. Exciting. This is our second mahi-mahi.
Here we are in Port Resolution.
The local villagers came out to greet us and give us information about clearing in. The next morning we had transport arranged to take us over to the other side of the island to clear customs. We had to wait an hour longer than we thought, as we hadn't switched from Fiji time to Vanuatu time. The trip was past an active volcano on Mount Yasur, and we drove over ash slopes.
Arriving at customs. Yeah?
You should be filming the
I am.
reaction of the people. No,
I
the
am.
people over there on the wall.
Yeah,
They're falling over themselves.
I thought it was funny that I fell over too. The ones that know this one. He might know this. He said he might know. Did he just fall off the boat?
Yes. Well, he was trying to get in the dinghy. Capsicum.
Oh, and this is the white fish grape.
Hey guys, I've got lots of room in here.
The local school sports.
1:30 sharp, no later than.
After all the paperwork was completed, we returned to Port Resolution and had a walk around the bay to explore the area.
Here is the lake, the bottom of the village, at the head of Port Resolution. And here's a big spider in the web.
Right in the web.
Yep. the remnants of a New Zealand boat, beached on the edge of a cyclone, dragging its anchor. A ferro cement yacht. That's all that remains. A bit sad. This is a brand new canoe made for one of the local men. This is the grounds of the yacht club, Port Resolution. This is the entrance to Port Resolution and the yacht club. Having a rest after the long walk around the beach.
All the yachts in the bay were invited to the local village for dinner. A great experience to see how the local villagers lived and meet them.
Way up, we're on the way back to it.
Welcome to Fiji. And thank you for all our community. We say thank you to you
The kids had fun on the beach with a French girl holding cork performing some sort of play. On the way back to the yacht, we actually sank the dinghy, trying to get out through a series of waves. A bit embarrassing for experienced sailors. The next evening, we organised a trip up Mount Yasur to see the volcano.
And our vehicle. This is our last warning. Proceed at our own caution.
Not every day you get to stand on the edge of a live volcano and hear yourself saying, "Go! Go!" then realising and changing it to, "Go a little bit!" Quite an experience, although it pays to take torches, as by the time we descended it was pitch black and we had to inch our way back down. Our next port of call was the island of Erromango.
Here's a little pig.
Its tail's going 19 to the dozen, look at it. It's
That's heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a name
yeah,
of
we
the
don't,
wind.
we don't understand.
French we call Alice. Alice is
You know,
This is the place where the missionary was killed.
his
on the rocks on the other side of the river. And there it was chopped up and cooked and eaten. Sandalwood trees.
The locals were very welcoming, and the chief offered to take us exploring to the local burial cave.
People were watching. When someone was dying, they could take him or get him. Along the coast here, we have a lot of, caves like the one we're going. Some of them are not accessible. We cannot go in like a landslide on here. How to survive, because these people, been living here for 100 years. And some of them are just, they have the longest, living persons. Today you're looking at, people dying in the 70s. You reach 70s, 8 years old. I think 8 years old in Vanuatu, it's probably that's the oldest. People are just dying young in Vanuatu. They're dying at 40 years old. Tahu ko yung turun niya pa kung meron ko. Kung palong itama nga patalangan niya, yung turun kalib ng ko.
Into the hole nowadays.
When a baby is born, the part in the middle where they join is open, and then it closes over the time.
I will show you some couple of not new given to them by the traders.
A couple of beads lying there.
But a lot of little baby parts are there.
Baby back.
If they start, we'll cover you.
Bats.
And woman.
Was about.
This is climbing up to the higher level cave. Holding on to the roots of the banyan tree. Oh, my wallet.
Wow.
Well, we should say hello to them in our language.
Yeah. You can. I've already say hello to them in my language, but you can say hello in English. They're probably used to the traders. They are the fellows that started the Pisalama thing. Pisalama is our used. Pisalama is like a sort of not really a slang language, but they use it. They all mix in French,
So they don't want to come in.
The next day there was a fair at the school and we were invited along. What a party! The kids singing and having a wonderful time with some hilarious pantomimes. Pete was invited to make a speech on behalf of the visiting yachts.
You must respect them or train them up with beginning brave. When we come, even though got barrier, as long as you're good for love visitors, you'll be welcome.
Half of the crew from Tamariki, 2 friends from New Zealand, where we come from. Thank you very, very much for inviting us here today. I make very, very small talk, but I know from home in New Zealand that the most important asset the community has is its children. You cannot invest enough in your children, for without the children you are nothing.
Into the club, happiness and joy
Vila, and Yachting World facilities for the yachts.
Time was running short for Maya and me, so we headed off to Port Vila. We had good timing, as it was a day to celebrate the independence of Vanuatu from the French, with a great show being put on. We also caught up with Terry and Deb from the Yacht Wings, who we met at Bayswater Marina in Auckland when they visited.
Visitors visiting Vanuatu and celebrating the Silver Jubilee celebration. Coming in now, they are from South Bendigos, Raka, the Isle. When there's chance, it takes years before you can watch this dance again. The rhythm, the beat, costume. Watch them how only got 2 lines, now only got 4 lines.
Port Vila Harbour.
It was our last night and farewell dinner at the island resort. The end to another great adventure aboard Tamariki.
Look at that. Whoa.